we did it. We made it through Friday, and to celebrate with me, Mr. Alex Parr.
Oh my goodness, what an introduction. Thanks,
oh my word. Thank you. Man, it's getting up early, isn't it?
It's getting up early.
Oh, and you love that.
I love it so dearly. I especially love it when the Raptors start their game at 9 o'clock at night.
Was it that late?
Yep. Well, because they're playing the finals now, so they're playing a team from the West Coast. So if they want the viewers from the West Coast as well, they kind of have to.
They have to. So I have no idea. Are they playing in Toronto or?
Yes. First two games are in Toronto. They won their first game last night. I know you said this morning she was looking for her news for the newscast, and it's just been Raptors, everything.
Oh my word! Everything is Raptors. Any kind of footage that I could find for any kind of news stories, it was all about the Raptors. I mean, people are excited.
People are excited. It's the first time Canada or any team outside of the States has been to an NBA Finals before. So it's really exciting. They're trying to take down the big bad Golden State Warriors,
right,
who are looking for their 4th championship in 5 years. So they're the odds-on favorites.
So what do you think? Are they going to do well?
Every time I get asked this, I always have to side with Golden State. And
really?
And I hate saying that, but after last night's game, it's hard to say. It's hard to say. They played convincingly the entirety of the way through.
Okay, so first of all, why would you side with them?
Because they've won 3 championships out of the last 4 years.
Well, there's that.
There will be their 4th in 5 years if they can do it this year. They're looking for a 3-peat. But like I said, after last night's game, it was convincing fashion that they won it. At least I'd say so. So, fingers crossed. I'm not saying I want to be right. I want to definitely be wrong there, but let's see.
How much do you think fans and the reaction and all of that affect players?
See, I never really thought too much, but the Raptors fans are amazing.
They are crazy.
They've opened now, they have like their viewing party outside the stadium. If you've ever seen that, you'll see all the fans. Yeah, the people will line up. They lined up at 6:30 a.m. before game day to watch it on a screen outside.
What?
Yeah, they line up, they get in a big group outside the stadium, and it got so big that they had to open one up in, I believe, Mississauga. And I can't remember the other place. Yeah, 20,000 people went to the Mississauga one. But
that's bigger than the Greyhounds.
That's bigger than the Greyhounds. And I think it was MLSC, that's Maple Leaf Sports and Entertainment. They own the Raptors, and they decided to have viewing parties at Cineplex across the country. So 55 theaters across the country, you can watch the game free.
Wow.
But not in Sault Ste. Marie.
Too bad.
Sudbury.
That's a great idea. Sudbury did it? Mm-hmm. Isn't that great, though?
Free. And I mean, they're going to make the money back on popcorn and pop and all that stuff anyway. So.
For $14 for a handful of popcorn.
Yeah, people are going to go now and spend that extra little bit and say, I don't have to spend the money on the ticket, so let's splurge a little bit.
Yeah,
Go Raptors go, though. Go Raptors go.
So tell me what your take is on Drake. Because he's catching a lot of flack, and some people who aren't too upset about what he's doing are saying that, you know what, he's not crossing physically, he's not crossing the line onto the court. He's very vocal, he's not touching people.
Actually, last series, it was getting really close to the end of the game, and they were in Toronto, and Drake was getting all fired up like he has been. He's beaking off to the other players, and he started massaging the Toronto coach Nick Nurse's back. That, I think, is crossing the line. Don't touch anybody. Don't touch anybody, Drake.
Did he really?
Yeah, he was. I think that's crossing the line.
That's a bit much.
Before this series, the league called him and they kind of told him, like, don't. There's a line you can't cross.
Right.
Calm down a bit. But last night he was wearing. They were playing a guy, Steph Curry. He's one of the best players in the league by far. And his dad used to play for the Raptors, so Drake was wearing his dad's Raptors autographed jersey.
See, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
I think that's all fine and fair.
Don't be touching people.
Don't be touching. If you pay for that ticket, which courtside seats are going for $30,000 plus right now. $30,000. $30,000. Someone spent $71,000 on a pair of tickets. Like, are you kidding me?
Oh my goodness! Watch it on the big screen, man.
And if you pay that much money, go there and say whatever you want to the players.
Right. Absolutely.
I mean, also a little bit of a line there. Don't be a racist idiot.
Yeah.
Or anything
Well,
like
you know
that.
what? You got to be careful. Are players aware of fans screaming and yelling at them?
Of course, that's been their whole life. They've been. I mean, if you're a superstar in the NBA, you've probably been a superstar your whole life.
So they're like,
you're
whatever.
used to the attention.
Yeah.
But now all of the questions during media day and after post games, like, oh, what about Drake? Drake did this. What about Drake? Are you gonna listen to Drake's music? And they're just like, ask me a question about basketball. Get up, all disgruntled. I forget who it was, but I think it was Draymond Green of Golden State got all mad that they asked him a question about Drake. And took off his microphone. Which, come on, ask something a little bit better than that.
Well, you know what? Yeah, ask me about basketball, but Drake's a goof, or Drake is great. I mean, it takes 2 seconds to answer.
But now
question,
everyone's
right?
saying, you know, Drake's living rent-free in the Golden State Warrior player's head. So, I mean, that's all fine and fair as a Raptors fan. That's cool with me. I got no problem with that.
Absolutely, right?
And after the Leafs got eliminated this year, I feel like I'm living, as a Leafs fan, vicariously through the Raptors.
You're hanging on for dear life.
Please give me something to cling on to. As a Toronto sports fan, I got nothing. Please give me anything.
Give him a little tidbit.
So I'm taking this and running with it. Go Raptors, go.
It must have killed you to go to bed early and not watch the whole game.
I was supposed to be, like, if I wanted my full 8 hours sleep, I should have been sleeping by 9.
Yes.
I was watching the game with friends until about 9:30. I watched the first quarter. I'm like, well, I kind of knew this was going to happen. I took a nap during the day, telling myself, like, no, you're not going to stay up, Alex. You got to go to bed.
Yeah.
But subconsciously, I knew what I was taking that nap for. I didn't get to watch the fourth quarter, though, but I think I woke up maybe like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, oh, wait, the Raptors game. Hey, Google, did the Raptors win? And they won. I'm like, yes. And then I went back to sleep.
Oh, awesome.
So
good.
I got to sleep a few good hours there knowing, that they won.
Well, you don't look like you haven't lost any sleep,
my
so
goodness.
that's all good. A whole bunch of new music dropping.
Ooh.
Like, huge. Miley Cyrus dropped a new 6-song album.
Oh, 6
released, yeah, 6
That's
songs.
it?
Isn't that weird?
That's kind of weird, yeah, but hey.
Whatever.
Yeah.
She's Miley Cyrus.
She's Miley Cyrus, that is true.
So it dropped last night at midnight. It's called She's Coming.
Okay,
and,
where?
To the Sioux.
Yeah, right.
On a lot of the social media outlets, they show the cover of her album. Do they call them albums still?
Maybe that might just be an EP because it's
An
so
EP,
small.
Yeah. Oh, okay. There you go. He knows. See, right?
Yeah, he's exactly right.
But it's kind of a cute shot of her, and it looks like she's on a scooter board. You know? Yeah.
Like
and she's got these wild jeans on, a little crop top, and yeah, so she's looking kind of cute. Her tongue is actually in her head.
What?
Yeah.
That should have been how you started this story. So did you see Miley Cyrus' tongue is in her face?
Yeah. Boy, for a minute there.
Yeah.
She reminded me of those mosquito strips, you know. That you hang from the ceiling.
Yes,
It's like,
they get stuck too.
Miley, my gosh, really, honey, we know you have a tongue. I said this to Tim earlier.
Yeah, I remember that.
It's
yeah.
like, come on.
Well, she was clinging on to the limelight for a bit now.
Yeah.
And whatever. Her dad got into the limelight a bit with that rap country song. I don't know if you ever heard of it, Old Town Road.
No.
His name's Lil Nas X, who did a country song, but it was like rap at the same time. It was kind of weird. It was on the country billboards for a while.
Stop it.
And Billy Ray did a verse on the song, and it's blown up ever since. It's huge. Like Billy Ray Cyrus is in the limelight again. Just
no kidding.
Yeah.
Have you heard it?
You can't avoid it. You cannot avoid it. I'll show you it during the break.
Awesome.
And I want your opinion on if it's actually a country song or if it shouldn't be.
A rap song.
It was on the Billboard charts for a while, and country's like, no, that's not a country song. Get that off there. So
because they're kind of persnickety country fans and the country industry,
yes.
right?
So this is definitely going to be kind of
interesting. Look at him though, reinventing himself, right?
And it blew up. The music video just came out, and he looked like he was having a blast. And every time he does a performance, now all the fans want to hear it, and he's kind of like hesitant on it, but he always ends up doing it.
He's not still doing the mullet thing, is he? Oh no. No.
You'll see the music video.
Oh my gosh, Google it. Check out his hair.
Yeah, and the song's so popular too, they got the main guy that started the song, Lil Nas X, which is such a weird name, to perform it before the first game of the Stanley Cup playoffs in Boston. So that's how much mainstream attention it's gotten.
Good for you. Billy Ray.
Now a little father-daughter rivalry.
Yeah.
Who's more famous right now?
Yeah, I would think that he's been considered probably a one-hit wonder so far.
So this is
and this is good for him. The one thing about Miley is, you know what? Tim thinks she can sing, so she must be awesome. Right?
Well, who can't sing? Who does Tim think can't sing?
Katy Perry. He doesn't think that Taylor Swift can sing.
No. Well, he gave her credit, I think last week it was, for one song. He's like, okay, for one song.
Her latest, I think.
Yeah, and I was behind the camera losing my mind. I never thought I'd hear Tim utter anything nice about Taylor Swift.
Yeah, seriously. And he doesn't think Britney can sing either.
Well, I mean, her bank account would probably say otherwise.
Yeah, you know what? Whatever. That's what I said to him too off air. I said, you know what? Whatever they're doing, call it what you want. They have more money than we do.
Yeah, if you've got a market, you've got a demographic for your music, well, you're successful, you're doing something right. So I can't knock him for that.
And then the team around you, of course, is so important to gear towards your audience, right?
To make sure the music's getting to the right ears.
Yeah, absolutely. We have a taped interview coming up with Tim because he's off today. Do you know who it's with?
Jesse Merineau, who I believe is going to be maybe dropping something that his fans would be very interested in listening to. So you have to stay tuned to Mornings with Luann, Tim, Alex to find out just what that is.
They're coming to get you, Barbara.
Listen to them. Children of the night. Alive! It's alive!
At 4:45, discover all kinds of treasures and never pay more than $5. Inventory is restocked every Saturday, and you can find anything from electronics to household items, toys, and much, much more. On Saturday, everything is $5 and the price goes down throughout the week, ending with 25 cents on Friday. We restock weekly with new items from various big box stores, so you never know what treasures you can find. Come visit us at 4:45, 2510 Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, Michigan.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. I've been trying to get you on the show for months, Jesse Merineau.
Yes, sir.
You're a hard guy to book. You're a busy man.
Yeah, unfortunately.
No, it's great that you're busy, Jesse.
It is, yeah.
Okay, let's start. For those of you who don't know Jesse is a local singer-songwriter. When did you start with your music? How old were you when you really discovered that you had a passion for music?
Yeah, I listened to all sorts of bands when I was a kid, and I just fell in love with music as a kid, and then I started playing drums when I was 9 years old.
Drums was the start for you?
It was, yeah, for my first instrument. Played, I don't even know how many years. But
self-taught?
I took lessons. Took a bunch of lessons.
Where did you take lessons from?
Ooh, it's closed down now.
Oh,
but it was
Pasquale School of Music. No, I don't know.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
It was one of those places. Was it one of those places?
It was on Gore Street, and
it was
on
Gore.
Music Depot, maybe.
Yes,
something
you're
like
right.
that.
It was.
Yeah. The guy his name was Alan, and he was phenomenal.
Yes,
Yeah.
and they sold all kinds of sound equipment and stuff there too.
Yeah.
Hi, Alan, wherever you are.
I love you, Alan.
Yeah, okay, so 9 years old, drummer.
Yep.
What were your musical influences as a kid? What did you listen to when you were like that age?
Bands at that age when I was a kid. Gorillaz, Good Charlotte, Green Day.
Okay, I've heard of that one.
And then when I hit like 13, 14, it was the Arctic Monkeys and the Kooks.
Okay, I have no idea what you just said, but they sound like
a lot of like English rock, like
really?
European, yeah.
That's okay. That was an early influence for you.
Oh, big time, yeah.
When did you move on to you play guitar? Mm-hmm. When did that come?
So I took like 2 weeks of guitar lessons. My dad threw me in it, and he's like, the drums are loud. Let's get your guitar lessons, see if you want to, experiment. And I hated it. And then I hated guitar, and then I got into high school, and I hated high school more than I hated guitar. And there was a guitar class. I was like, well, that sounds easier than whatever other class there is. So I took that, and then I fell in love with it.
Right.
Because it was like the easy way out of school. And then I was like, you know what? I could actually spend hours doing this and get really good at it.
What about the vocals, Jesse? Because I hear you speak, and you have such a resonant bass voice, and you have a very bass baritone voice. When did you discover that you could actually sing too?
So I played for hours and hours on guitar, and then it gets a little boring, so I thought I'd just sing over top of it.
Yeah.
And then my sister, she sang a bit.
Really?
And so she got me to kind of sing with her, and then I just eventually just kind of like really liked it. And then my neighbors, the Burdens, they're like a French family. Their whole family's a band, and they performed at this restaurant, and then they would perform every Friday, and then they're like, hey, like, and I was really close, and then I still am, and they're like, hey, like, why don't you come and play for a half hour while we take a break, like, during our set. So I played, and I was probably terrible. I was absolutely terrible. Very pitchy, I had no idea what I was doing, playing cover songs. Yeah. But I fell in love with it. The second I started performing live, I was like, oh my God, this is amazing. I don't care if it was 8 people that I was playing for, including like the kitchen staff. it was amazing. I loved it. So
what about the writing? When did that happen then?
So
Natural progression?
Yeah, so that just like after years of then doing that, I don't know what age, maybe 17 is when I first started writing a little bit of music here and there. So 17, I was writing some songs, and yeah.
So then you moved to Toronto shortly after that. 19, you moved to Toronto?
Yep, exactly. 19, I moved to Toronto. I was still half cover artist, half original artist.
Right on.
And I was still solo acoustic, no band, nothing.
No band yet?
Yeah, nothing recorded either.
Nothing on... Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so
you went down there really young and blind.
Yeah, big time, yeah. I spent a silly amount of money on living there, and I was playing at restaurants, bars, Starbucks. I was playing at a Starbucks.
Just gigging wherever you could.
Exactly. And then I was working at a restaurant, but then like, oh my, like the hours there were just nuts. They were pushing me to work like 12, 13, 14-hour days with no breaks and stuff like that. It was just ridiculous. No. And then I was like, I can't even focus on music because like this job's pushing me, and I was like,
and you're stressed for money because it's so expensive.
Exactly. And then I didn't really see any sort of success coming my way, and I was like, I need to move back home, rethink my plan completely.
Get your stuff together.
Exactly. And then that's what I did.
Smart.
Yeah.
No, but you went down there and you realized what was required.
Yeah.
So then you come back to the Sioux. You saw what age then? 20, 21? How long?
20, yeah.
20, okay. So, and you're 20, how old, 23 now?
23 now.
Okay,
yeah.
so in the last 3 years, you've accomplished quite a lot, Jesse.
Yes. Yeah.
You've got this under your belt.
Yes.
That night, your first CD.
Yeah.
Okay, and a music video, you have a couple music videos.
2 of them out, yeah.
Okay, because I saw the one, is it Coming Home? No, what's it about?
Now That I'm Home, yeah.
Now That I'm Home. It's a beautiful song.
Thank you.
I love the way that you filmed it on the waterfront, and it's a really heartfelt message too.
Yeah, actually that song was written in about 20 minutes.
Get out of here.
2 weeks before moving back home from Toronto on that.
Really?
Yeah. I was just like, you know what? Like, what if my parents because I moved back in with my parents. I was like, what if they were like planning on selling the house and moving somewhere else? My sister, one lives in Toronto, one lives in Saskatchewan. Like, what if they were already had pre-existing plans? Yeah, I would be on the street. Yeah.
Yes. Playing your guitar with a little case in front of you,
exactly.
busking like they do in Toronto.
Yeah.
But luckily, you came home to this too and you found success. Now, you also formed a band. The Guys.
Yes. The Lads, yeah. So I forgot to mention, I did have like a band right before moving to Toronto, I think. Or
did you? Okay.
I had it when I got back. Okay. And then that went on for a little while, and then I went down to Toronto to record after living in the Sioux. Then when I got back, I host auditions and kind of rearranged the band and got these guys in it, yeah.
Right. So these are the same guys. Are they on this CD then, Jess?
So they didn't perform on this CD, but they performed on the single coming up.
On the single coming up. So before we get to that, because that's recent news, I want to talk a little bit about what you've learned as far as marketing goes when it comes to producing music. It's a digital age now, and you said that somebody maybe mentioned to you before you cut the CD, you know what, CDs are kind of on their way out. Tell me what you discovered.
So it's actually the producer of this CD. His name is Daniel Victor. Amazing guy, amazing producer. I had a bunch of really cool musicians on that CD.
This is Toronto. You felt?
Yeah, I recorded that at Metalworks Studio, and it was a crazy good experience for me.
Yeah.
But I was asking for advice from everybody, and Daniel Victor was kind of saying, records are a bit dead and singles are kind of the new age. And I was like, yeah, but like all my favorite bands, like I love having their records. I love having something to hold on
Something
to.
tactile that you actually, and with the sleeves and stuff.
Yeah,
and the
it's
notes.
all I know. Yeah. So then I was like, I'm not gonna listen to you, even though like you know what's up. But I really just need to do this as a start, right? So I released this 4-song CD. And, I released a single that night, and then the single Now That I'm Home. Both had music videos. The other 2 songs in the CD, it's like almost nobody knows them. And it's like, so he was right.
He was right. But you're not sorry.
No, I love it.
Great learning experience. Great business move. Also, now we can talk about what's coming up for you, because you're going to drop a single. Actually, we're airing this, we're pre-taping this, but we're going to air this on the day that the single's released, on Friday, May the 31st. So you are watching this on the day that Jesse's new song is coming out. And here it is. Mike, you can bring up the graphic. You wrote this yourself as well?
Yeah, so this song is called She Knows. I wrote it way back in the day.
Did you?
This is one of the first songs I ever wrote. I might have been 17 or 18, and I only got halfway through it, and then it just went on pause until I was like 22.
No kidding.
Yeah, and then when I had this new band, we all kind of just started jamming it out, and I was like, hey guys, like let's like, this is kind of a cool song, we should maybe work on this. And then they all threw in their little guitar pieces and like the drums and the bass, and we kind of just like, and then I threw the lyrics on top and was able to finish the song because they helped chip in on this.
Collaboration all came together.
So if it wasn't for them, this song would maybe still be half done.
Where do we find it? How do we get it? Where do we download it? How do we buy it?
Just about everywhere, I'm hoping. So it'll be iTunes, Apple Music, Spotify, YouTube, Facebook, Amazon.
You've had some great help in your career with some really cool mentors. One in particular.
Yes, Jason Pierce. He is absolutely unreal. Like,
did he work on this with you, Jesse?
He produced this. Yeah,
he did. So tell the audience who Jesse. Mr. Pierce. What's his first name?
Jason Pierce.
Jason Pierce. They would know him from.
So he's a drummer for Our Lady Peace.
Hello.
He played drums on the first EP, and then he produced the next singles that I'm working on. So
fantastic.
Yeah, he's a really good guy. I go to him for advice all the time, and he's always there for me. So.
And in the works now, you're realizing that maybe Toronto is ready. You're ready for Toronto again, this time on different terms.
Yes. So this time I feel a little bit more accomplished. I got the CD behind me. Yeah. Now I got a better path with singles. I'm hoping this one does, pretty okay, and then I have another one in the back pocket ready for next year, and then hitting the road to Toronto and hopefully pursuing the career down there.
Absolutely. And you've done a lot of networking over these past few years. You've made some more contacts, and you know the business a little more.
Definitely, yeah.
And that's the part you're going to be working at now, is the business part of show business.
Yes.
The show part you got down. Speaking of which, where can we see you in Sault Ste. Marie live on stage, Jesse Merineau?
Live in Sault Ste. Marie. I will be headlining June 13th at the Machine Shop. Yeah.
Great venue.
Amazing venue, yeah.
Have you performed there before in any way, shape, or form?
Yes, I actually headlined there last year. Sold over 400 tickets.
Beautiful.
It was like my biggest concert yet. It was nuts.
Wow.
Everybody bought, CDs, T-shirts. They were like crazy supportive.
I know. I guess Keith was there because he bought 2 T-shirts and the CD.
Right? Yeah. Insane. I loved it, and it kind of just gave me that extra push, right? And
I saw you at Lop Lops recently, didn't I?
Probably.
When was that? In the back in the fall? What? I'm sure you played there, didn't you?
I played there a couple times. Yeah.
Okay.
I don't. They weren't very specific gigs. I think maybe just like the end of the year gig.
Yeah.
Lop Lops is kind of where I started performing. It's like a smaller bar, and because they treated me so well,
Stevie's great.
Oh yeah, I go back there and
supportive.
throw on fun shows. All my friends come out and have some beers.
Well, I had a great time, so I definitely recommend. If you haven't seen Jesse Merineau in concert, you will not be disappointed. It's the Machine Shop on June the 13th.
June 13th is the Thursday night.
And in the meantime, check out She Knows, our local hometown boy, Jesse Merineau. So nice to meet you. Thanks for, I've met you before, but nice to hang out with you.
Yes, absolutely.
Thanks for sharing your time.
Cheers.
And best of luck to you. We'll keep our finger on the pulse. And when things start to happen, when you go to Toronto, maybe we'll do a Skype and let us know how things are going.
I'm cool with that. That sounds good.
Me too. We'll be back with Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this.
Have a great business idea but don't know where to start? Need help taking your business to the next level? C2C Business Services can be your guide in navigating the path of entrepreneurship, with services ranging from grant funding support, access to service experts, market information, and helping your business adopt new technologies to create and foster a culture of innovation for ongoing success. Call C2C Business Services and let them be your first step in taking your entrepreneurial dreams from concept to commerce. C2C Business Services is a division of the Sault Ste. Marie Innovation Center. With over 45 years of experience, All Ontario Well Drilling offers hydrofracking and all well drilling services. Call 705-575-8088 or 705-257-9495.
Welcome back to the morning show. Now, Lou,
I liked it. I liked the song.
If you weren't watching beforehand, we were talking about the song that's almost a joke now, but so popular at the same time, Old Town Road by Lil Nas X and Billy Ray. Now, is it a country song? Because that was the debate.
You know what? It's not a rap song for sure.
Okay.
I hear country. There's a guy, like you said, there's a guy sitting there with a washerboard. That's very, very country. The lyrics aren't country, but the presentation's a little country.
Right.
I liked it. I was like, yeah, the words are a little edgy.
Yes.
Yes.
And for a rap song, usually rap's like way out there.
like,
but it wasn't. It was tame enough, but definitely not tame enough for the country Billboard charts.
Yeah. So they booted them, right?
Yeah, booted them off.
You know what though? I have to say, as an artist, what a brave kid to do that. And I mean, he was owning it. Alex showed me the video, and he's wearing a cowboy hat, and he's
got
doing
all
it.
Like the tassels,
the fringe, yeah. Like it was awesome.
The jacket, yeah. I mean, if it works, it works,
right?
And he's going.
Take a chance.
Yeah, he's marketing that song for every cent that it's worth. He's doing the best business thing for himself.
Good.
He's going to like big performances like the Stanley Cup. He's going to elementary schools. I saw a video of him in front of kids, which that might be a little.
There's a couple of lines in there that. So when he goes on tour like that, does Billy Ray go with him?
No, usually not. Billy Ray's kind of doing his own
thing.
separate thing, but
Gotcha.
yeah. I wonder how they met. I wonder how they got even.
Maybe
Maybe. I'm not sure, because the guy's relatively new to the whole music industry. He had this song out for a few months before Billy Ray decided to do something with it, and it gained a little bit of traction because it was kind of like haha, kind of country, kind of rap.
How many hits did you say? 90?
The music video, which came out quite a few months after Billy Ray even joined up, maybe 2 months after, has 90 million views right now.
90 million. Almost as many viewers as Alex and I have.
Almost.
Yeah.
Maybe
you know what I want to say? Yeah.
Maybe one day they'll hit 200 million like us, but
yeah, like us.
Maybe one day.
Hopefully, if they're both home. Wanted to say, forgot to earlier in the show, a huge thank you to KC Security. We know these guys well, Daniel and Nathan, because they come and visit and stuff, and they're just so good to us. And if you need security for any event, if you need them to check on a certain property, if you're going to be away and stuff, they do all of it, and they patrol through the city all night long, so you can feel safe as well. KC Security, thank you so much. You know who I thought the rapper Yeah, the rapper sounded like in the song for a minute, Toby Keith.
Toby Keith, you
Yes,
couldn't put your finger on
I couldn't figure out who it was, and it's kind of like talking, singing that.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah.
No
But
copyright here. I won't sing.
You
the
know
actual
what?
words.
But I'm like singing it in my head, so
Sorry if you get
I'm
stuck.
cool now. I got an
Hip
earworm.
trendy.
Hip and trendy.
Yeah.
Hip and trendy.
Yeah, maybe not.
Maybe not so much, Lou. Who's coming up now? The news is coming up.
Now. The news. Yeah.
The news is coming.
But we do have an interview. Tim did another interview. He
Yes.
hopped his way over to Cora Collegiate and talked to Mustang Sally while he was there. Their music troupe that they've had since before I was there, during I was there, and now well after.
Yeah,
so,
they're
so
doing
good
great.
For them.
So we have news, and we have that, and we have the Humane Society all coming up next. Stay with us.
With 3 brands to choose from Kawasaki, Suzuki, and CF Moto, visit one of our 4 showrooms today and speak with our knowledgeable, friendly, and enthusiastic staff who will be happy to help you with all of your motorsports needs.
Enjoy life, enjoy the ride, Bud Robinson Motorsports.
U.S. Vice President Mike Pence pledged yesterday that the United States will link the liberation of the 2 Canadians imprisoned by China to its free trade talks with the People's Republic. Standing next to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, Pence also called again on China to release Michael Kovrig and Michael Spavor from their unlawful detention in the boldest and most tangible gesture of solidarity on a visit that was clearly meant to be a balm on the hurt feelings between the 2 North American neighbors. The former Indiana governor came to Ottawa yesterday bearing a figurative hug on behalf of a combative president who has insulted the Prime Minister, taxed Canada's metals as a national security threat, and accused Canadian farmers of unfairly impoverishing their American counterparts. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said yesterday that the government will always defend women's rights and a woman's right to choose. Trudeau said he and Pence had a cordial conversation on the issue, noting it is one where they hold very different perspectives. U.S. Vice President Mike Pence said he's very proud to be part of a pro-life administration.
Well, let me say, I think one of the great things about the relationship between the United States and Canada is that we're able to be candid with one another. We're able to share our perspective on a broad range of issues and different approaches. But let me be clear, I'm very proud to be part of a pro-life administration, and our administration has taken steps to stand for the sanctity of life at home and abroad.
A Northern Ontario First Nation was attempting to evacuate hundreds of residents yesterday due to smoke from a nearby wildfire. According to provincial and Indigenous officials, Pikangikum First Nation, a remote fly-in reserve about 500 kilometers northwest of Thunder Bay, has declared a state of emergency. A spokesperson for the province's Ministry of Natural Resources and Forestry said that crews are battling a 400-hectare blaze east of the community. Jolanta Kowalski said the ministry expects to have up to a dozen crews attacking the flames by the end of the day yesterday. Meanwhile, the leader of an organization that represents 49 First Nations in northwestern Ontario said he's beyond frustrated at the pace of the government's response to the blaze. Anishinaabe Nation Grand Chief Alvin Fiddler said not a single military plane had arrived in Pikangikum by early yesterday afternoon. Greg Rickford, Ontario's Minister of Indigenous Affairs, said about 1,600 residents of the community have been identified as vulnerable out of an on-reserve population of roughly 2,300. After another Northern Ontario municipality declared a state of emergency due to flooding, the MPP for Nickel Belt in Sudbury, Frangelina, said in the legislature that the flood management budget should not be cut. The municipality of French River declared a state of emergency on May 26th after the water levels rose to historical levels 40 centimeters higher than ever recorded. In April, the provincial government announced funding cuts to Conservation Authority's flood management programs just before many municipalities started to experience flooding. French River is the fourth municipality in Northern Ontario to declare a state of emergency because of the rising water levels. Temiskaming Shores, Mattawa, and West Nipissing declared emergencies earlier this month. It's been operational for more than 10 years, but the last bit of profitable ore was processed at Ontario's only diamond mine. De Beers says production at its Victor Diamond Mine near Attawapiskat First Nation has wrapped up. There has since been several days of low-grade ore and limestone being processed to help purge the plant of any remaining diamonds. Mining activities stopped at the site in March when the focus shifted to processing the remaining surface ore stockpiles. A shutdown process will take place until the end of June. The company says through the first quarter of 2019, 8.1 million carats of diamonds were recovered from the mine. A final count of the total production will be available in July when the company reports its second quarter results. Initially, the company had hoped to develop a nearby deposit called Tango. However, in 2017, the company said the economics simply didn't stack up. De Beers had also encountered some challenges in securing support from the local First Nations, but the company said that didn't impact their final decision. The CEO of the CBC is defending its coverage of American politics after Conservative leader Andrew Scheer suggested the public broadcaster places too much emphasis on the United States and should focus more on Canadian stories. Catherine Tate appeared yesterday before a committee of MPs in Ottawa and was asked by Liberal MP Wayne Long to respond to Scheer's comments, which he said he found concerning. Tate said the CBC's primary focus is local, but it's important to also cover news from around the world. Tate said that if the news is happening around the world, CBC journalists will continue to report on it because it's important that Canadians have the Canadian lens on what's going on around the planet that could affect our lives here as Canadians. Earlier this week, Scheer told the Canadian press that if he's elected Prime Minister, he would like to scrutinize the national public broadcaster to ensure the CBC tells enough Canadians.
Recently, the Government of Ontario established a $100 million affordability fund to help Ontarians who don't qualify for low-income conservation programs ease the burden of their electricity bill. Whether you rent or own your home, as long as you pay your electric bill, you could qualify. There are 3 levels of support available. The first is a home energy kit with upgrades like smart power bars and LED light bulbs. The second includes Energy Star appliances that help keep things cool during the hot summer months. The third is for electrically heated homes so that your power bills don't break the bank during those long Canadian winters. Plus, all upgrades, including installation, are completely free of charge. Visit affordabilityfund.org or call 1-855-494-FUND to find out if you qualify. When you support the Restore, it helps Habitat for Humanity build affordable housing for families. How does this work? New and gently used goods are donated to the Restore. The sale of these goods generate funds for building homes. For every $1 spent at the Restore, there is a $4 return on investment within our community. For example, Habitat homeowners have better educational outlook, increased employment stability, improved health, and reduction in the use of social services. Every donation and every dollar we receive through the Restore helps build sustainable housing for future homeowners. Everyone needs a foundation to build a future. To find out more and how you can help, drop by the Restore at 32 White Oak Drive or go to habitatsioux.ca.
Who does the choreo? You do?
I started Leo helps me, and then they joined in. Ava gives me ideas all the time. Izzy's just learning to dance.
Was there like a missing person?
Yes. Yeah.
I saw you.
Cassandra. Yeah, you probably know her from Shrek.
Yeah, she just did Shrek, great.
Cassandra's our fifth, so most of our things need a fifth.
Where is she playing hockey again? She's always doing something else, Cassandra.
What's she doing today, guys?
Who knows? Anyway, because I saw you leaving space for her, which was really kind of you. But that was did you do that for a lot of the numbers, the choreo?
There's choreo for most numbers. We haven't finished a lot yet, but we're doing it every Friday at lunch.
Okay, but what about that ending? We're just going here, Mike. Hi. That was a killer ending. Is that an arrangement that comes with the song, or was that
the outro of Mr. Blue Sky?
Hey, Colin, how you doing? The outro of what?
Mr. Blue Sky.
So you combined it?
Yeah.
So who did Video Killed the Radio Star? Is that
Buggles, yeah.
The Buggles.
Buggles.
Buggles? The Buggles. I remember the song.
Wonder.
Who said that? Were they?
For a very good reason, yeah.
That was a great song, but then you combined a different song ending.
We do
Smart.
Mr. Blue Sky earlier in the set.
Okay.
So it's kind of like a callback.
Okay.
You don't need to put that.
Going back over here again. So wait a minute. What other kinds of? Okay, we heard. Hi. What's your name?
Nicky G. Nicholas Shingra.
Nicky G?
Yeah, that's my nickname.
I like it, Nicky G. So wait, what are some of the other classic rock groups that you cover?
The Cars, ELO, as you mentioned before. Fleetwood Mac.
Fleetwood Mac, we did, right? We just heard that, right?
And we do a cover of an ABBA song. Do they count as classic rock?
ABBA? Yes, absolutely. They're classic. Swedish classic. Okay, so wait, let's talk to who's been here the shortest amount of time? You are? What's your name?
Isabel.
What?
That's Andrew.
Andrew the drummer? I'll get to you in a minute. What's your name?
Isabel.
Isabel? Oh no, Andrew, I'll be right over. Isabel, what grade are you in?
Grade 10.
You're only in grade 10. So wait, I understand that there's like two groups, right? There's like the Rising Stars, and then are you one of the Rising Stars? Or?
I was at the beginning of this.
You went quick you rose quickly. Your star rose fast. Have you had training besides singing here?
No.
What do you think? Is this a blast or what?
It's so much fun. I love it.
You guys rehearse a lot. Let's go over here. What's your name? I haven't met you yet. Hi, Mike. Oh, hi, Michael. Follow me. That's my choreo. What's your name?
I'm Steven.
Hi, Steven. And how often do you guys rehearse?
More than once every week. Like, we have a full session of more than 2.5 hours, and then we have lunches whenever we're in school.
Like, this is lunch right now?
Yes, so...
You need to eat more. Look at you. Come on. Mr. Rickman, let them eat while they play. Are you looking forward to the next gig?
Absolutely.
It's coming up. Wait, who wants... You, new guy. I'll get to the sound guy soon. What's your name?
Andrew Beggs.
Wait, Andrew... You've been on stage before?
Yes.
What show did I see you star in?
Les Mis.
That's right, him. I saw you. Hey, your family's very musical too.
Yes.
Okay, so did you play in the pit for any of the shows too? For the?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
Just on stage. Andrew, when did you join as a drummer?
About a month ago.
Shut up! Then you run the show here. That's so cool.
I'm just a fill-in. I'm just filling.
No such thing as just. What do you have training on drums?
Obviously.
Did you take lessons?
No, just self-taught. And
guys are
school
killing
stuff.
me.
It's good, just school stuff.
So, mate, Mr. Rickman teaches you guys all this stuff too?
No.
No. Who does?
Ourselves.
Well, he must teach something, doesn't he?
He teaches guitar.
Oh, okay. Okay. He teaches guitar, not drums. Let's talk to the sound man. Everybody says you're the star. Where are you going? You can stay here. Are you part of this?
She is.
Are you the
She
roadie?
helps a lot.
Is she a roadie?
She helps a lot.
What's your name?
I'm Viv.
Hi, Viv. What role do you play with the Mustang Sally? Have I even announced that you're Mustang Sally yet? I don't think I have. What role do you play?
I'm the other techie.
Other techie? Are you the techie?
Yeah, might as well.
Might as well. What is your... Sit up straight.
Just a tech.
What else is Viv?
I'm a rising star.
You're in one of the groups that performs, and we're going to see you at the concert. You're going to open for these guys. Pretty cool. Do you do sound for both groups?
Yeah.
Your name is what?
No.
No.
Who?
Noah. How long have you been doing this?
I started like when...
Like this year or last year?
This year.
No kidding?
Going this year.
Wow, what grade? You're in grade 9? And no, it's so cool that you guys have these opportunities. So wait, who wants to tell me about the actual show? Hi, bass player. What's your name?
My name's Lauren.
Lauren?
Yeah.
Yeah. Lauren gets a bass solo. Are you gonna throw some hair flicks in there at some point?
Please.
Okay, I thought you might. Lauren, when is the gig that's coming up here on stage at Cora?
June 5th.
June the 5th. Do you know what time you start?
Doors open at 7, shows at 7:30.
She's very good, Mr. Rickman. Doors open at 7. So great. You're grade 9 also, so your star rose fast also.
Yeah.
Do you know how many people between the Rising Stars and Mustang Sally, how many people are involved in this as performers?
Probably around 20.
I think maybe more, like 30. Could be 35 even. Can you imagine?
19.
That's what?
19.
19.
But that's just Mustang Sally?
No, 19.
Yeah, between
Both?
around 19.
But everybody gets a chance to perform. That's the cool part, right?
Yeah.
So, how long have you been playing bass?
Just over a year.
This is wild! What great training ground. So wait, what are we going to hear on the night of the show? Let's talk, pardon me. Let's come up here to this guy. What's your name, sir?
My name's Riley Collins.
Hi, Riley Collins. Riley, how long you played lead electric, right?
Yes.
Yeah, you've been taking lessons. Come on, you
No,
don't...
Self-taught.
I don't get it. You guys are so great. What's going to be on the program on the night of the show? Like, is there any kind of like refreshments or anything?
I have no idea.
Are there refreshments? Nobody. Mr.
Yes.
There are refreshments. Okay, how long is your set going to be? Like, how long a night am I in for when I come here and buy a ticket and sit down?
I don't know. 2 hours?
2 hours? A full 2-hour show? How much are tickets? Anybody know?
$5.
Shut up!
Kids are free.
Kids for free and $5 for you guys, Sault Ste. Marie. Hello, Cora Collegiate is the place to be on June the... Yeah, at 7 p.m. Doors open at 7? $5 and you get to hear all this amazing music and classic rock. Okay, wait, what's favorite? Who didn't I talk to yet? What's a favorite song? What's a favorite song?
Range room wise, I think it'd be Video Killed the Radio Star.
Yeah, we just heard that one. I like that one a lot. Thanks for letting me sing and dance with you all. Where does the money go? Does it support the band?
Goes right back into the program. Yeah.
Right back into the program. Yeah. And what about this summer? Let's see, any gigs coming up this... I never talked to you because he steals the microphone, this one.
Do I?
Yeah, and Mr. Wiggins. No, what is it? What?
You'll get there. Willins,
I was close. Mr. Willins.
Yeah.
That was a Tim Conway character. He just died. Anyway, this summer, you play anywhere?
We might have some shows coming up this summer, yeah.
I think you might. I think I might be hosting one of them. Bratwurst Beer and Beethoven.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, and Roberta Bonner Pavilion.
Yeah, no, I knew of the show. I didn't know you were hosting.
Yeah, I do every year. And it's going to be, it's usually the first, is it the first or second Sunday? Something like that. Check out, look on Sue online.
June 9th.
Oh, they know more than I do and I'm supposed to host it. June the 9th. Okay. Hi, you're too late. The show's over. Listen, I want to thank Mr. Rickman and all some of the rising stars and the stars of Mustang Sally, an iconic, almost legendary Sault Ste. Marie band that's been at Cora how many years now, Mr. Rickman?
Almost 20 years.
Almost 20 years. Gosh, it's amazing how young you look.
It is.
That's why we left him off camera, because that's not really true. At any rate, I want to thank you all for being here, Cora Rocks, and we'll be back with more Mornings with Luann and Tim right after this.
As a nation, Canada has participated in all of the major world conflicts. In the Sioux area alone, over 10,000 men and women have enlisted in the Canadian Armed Forces. The Veterans Commemorative Monument aims to cement the legacy of the Canadian Armed Forces in stone. It will highlight the bravery, strength, courage, and sacrifice of our servicemen and women. In times of need, they volunteered to serve us. Now it is our time to thank and recognize their sacrifice. You can help honor our men and women of service by donating today. To help construct this special, one-of-a-kind monument, visit thosewhoserve.ca to find out how to donate and more.
Since 1899, the Machine Shop has been a unique space for innovation and creativity. Once a leading pulp and paper company, the Machine Shop was built by Francis H. Clerg, which later became part of St. Mary's Paper in 1984. After the closure of St. Mary's Paper in 2011, the Machine Shop spent 4 years vacant. In 2015, the Machine Shop reopened their doors to the community for the first time. From weddings to galas to concerts and festivals, the one-of-a-kind venue has something for everyone. We are proud to work with the community and local nonprofits to host major events such as Festival of Trees, Pearls and Plaid, an evening at Hogwarts, and more. While you're here, wind down at the Mill Steakhouse and Wine Bar for a quiet dining experience, or watch a game and try a wood fire oven pizza and local draft at the Boiler Room. Don't forget to save room for house-made gelato and baked goods at the Gelato Mill. For more information on the Machine Shop events, history, and restaurants, visit machineshopinc.ca. 3 great places, 1 historic venue.
I wanna go. I wanna go.
I don't know how much I can really say. Otis is taking it away from me right now. But we have the Humane Society back in with Laura. Hey, this is my turn to talk now.
Otis.
Otis is in good spirits today. Laura, thanks so much for coming back in. We always appreciate having you in. And usually I'm either behind the camera or my shift hasn't started yet, so I don't get to do the Humane Society segments. But oh boy, was I excited when I got to play with dogs this morning. So that was great. Now, Laura, tell me a little bit about Otis. When did you get him into the Humane Society?
Otis came in at the beginning of the week. He was in our after-hours drop-off box with just a little note with his name, which we always appreciate. Me and Tim have talked a lot about that, just even a name, because as you can see, he responds to it, and it really helps us build the bond.
Right.
We just noticed that he had a little bit of an ear infection that we're treating now, so but he will be available to go probably mid to end of next week.
And what I thought was so cool too is the Humane Society is going to treat the ear infection themselves, so it's not like you're going to have to adopt a dog that's got something wrong and go to a vet and pay those high bills.
Exactly, yeah. If we identify a problem before they go out the door, we always treat the problem.
Now, what sort of, how extensive do the treatments go? I mean, there's some things that the Humane Society won't be able to do. I'd assume you'd have to go to a vet, but a lot of the things you are able to do.
Absolutely.
So, like you said, he had a little bit of a breath. So you're going to do the dental on him and fix up the ears, and then he's going to be ready to go. How long do you figure until Otis would be ready for adoption?
Probably, I would say a week, no more.
And what about him in the house? I mean, he seems to be quite friendly. He came in right away, rubbing up on my legs, showing me his belly, showing off, talking and everything. So he seems to be in good
He's
spirits.
Incredibly outgoing. He's usually quiet.
Yeah, but he had a lot to say this morning.
He did. He's, I think, all the excitement of being in a new place. He likes attention. He pretty much seems totally housebroken. So, I mean, his runs are clean every morning. So he's a good boy. I mean, once we get his teeth cleaned and get him neutered, he'll be great in any home.
House trained, I can only assume it, in the sense that he knows where to go to the bathroom and that kind of stuff.
I mean, if you're leaving for 10, 12 hours a day, with no promises on that.
Well, right, but that's the same with any dog.
Any dog,
too.
absolutely.
And now you're saying too that the Humane Society is starting to have a few more dogs getting ready for adoption too. As summertime is the time where you get more of an influx of these dogs in, correct?
Dogs and cats, we absolutely start to fill up. It's a little later this year, but it's starting.
Well, later summer this year as well
It
too,
is,
right?
yeah, I know everything's kind of behind. We're at about half capacity right now for dogs, so.
Right, so you're saying lots of dogs coming in, but a lot of dogs ready to go up for adoption as well.
Yeah, we have 8 dogs currently available for adoption that can go out the door at any time, and then we also have at least 5 going up on Monday. So Lots of puppies to check out.
So you definitely got to go check it
Yeah.
out too. And Otis has just been a joy. Like I said to start the show, I'm so jealous of Tim always getting to come in and play with the animals on Friday. Not this time, Tim, but come back. I was going to say don't come back, but definitely want you back. So what is there else to know about Otis? I mean, besides that, he seems like a perfectly healthy, ready to go dog.
Yeah, and he's probably like, we haven't tried him per se yet, like one-on-one with another dog.
Okay.
But he's not reactive at all walking past like the other dogs.
Right, you said he's just kind of, doesn't matter.
He's just happy for the attention.
Right.
So he's likely a dog that would just do well in any home. Honestly, I wouldn't maybe put him with like babies, infants, but
yeah,
aside from that, because he's older, that would be fair to him.
Yeah, he's excitable too. Like not so much where he's gonna like jump and run around, but when he likes attention, like you were saying, he does like people petting him and rubbing him and the attention like that. It might be a little too big for a toddler at the same time.
Well, that's just, he is getting older too, so.
Right.
But I think he'd do fine in a home with other dogs, even probably cats. I don't think he'd care. He'd probably just sit at bark and jump up on a counter.
Yeah. One thing is a lot of families like the puppies because they're cute and they're small, but there's nothing wrong with an older dog too. For the older dogs that you don't want to train them, you don't want to have to go through the barking and the pulling on the leash and just so much of what comes with a puppy, to have a dog that's already house trained is almost a seamless transition.
Puppies are a huge expense and a huge time commitment. I mean, you're looking at least a 9-month commitment before they're fully trained, and then just their shots, they're getting them fixed, everything that comes along.
How expensive is it usually for a puppy in the first 2 years? I'd say it's probably the most expensive time.
The first year would probably be the most expensive, and you're probably looking at $800 to $900 on a free puppy.
And for Otis, a guy that you can adopt at the shelter right now, or in the next coming days, how much is that price running you?
Our adoption cost will be the $130, and then all he'll require is a rabies shot. So you're looking at maybe $60,
which is a fraction of the cost of a brand new puppy.
And then he'll be good for like 3 years, pretty well.
And a great dog for a busy family too. Someone where you're working your shift work, you're working your 8 hours a day. You don't have to sit at home wondering what did the puppy tear up, what's going on, what kind of trouble is he getting into while I'm not there. You've got a dog that you can trust.
Well, exactly, because he's older too, so he's less energy, less high maintenance. So you're not going to have to. I mean, obviously exercise, but not as much as you would a puppy.
Right, you're not going out there to play fetch for an hour a day just to burn him out so you can get some sleep.
I'm older, so I thought I'd go up.
Hi, Luke.
How's it going?
Good.
Yeah, do you like Otis?
I love Otis.
Cute, eh?
Adorable.
Yeah.
Absolutely adorable.
They take such a good, they do such good work at the Humane Society and take such good care of these little guys.
He's getting
right?
interested. Hi, buddy.
And Laura was lovely enough because she knew that Alex is allergic to cats.
Deathly. It's terrible.
Yeah. For her to bring a dog today, which is very much
so thoughtful and much appreciated.
Yeah, absolutely. He's whiny enough as it is.
Yeah.
I mean Alex, not the dog. Bet you're anxious for the next time you get to work with him.
Oh, I can't wait.
For sure. Absolutely. What's the phone number at the Humane Society again?
It's 949-3573.
Perfect. Thank you very much for being here. And thank you,
pleasure.
sir.
Thank you, Lou.
Have an awesome weekend. I know you're off.
Yes, I'm off this weekend.
Woohoo! We're off
Get to
this
enjoy
weekend.
that weather. Woo! I hope you guys are too, and we're not just rubbing it in your faces.
Yeah, we want you to be off too. And if not, have a great weekend.
Yes.
We'll see you here Monday morning on Mornings with Luann and Tim and Alex and Laura and Otis.